Ribolito, back. Next one. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Yayam Udirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, and to Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, and to Mother Sarasvati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. I want to read one, 3, 2.
Do I read it or?
Yes, please. If you don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just like to say the mantra.
Okay.
You can say Om Namo if you want again. Sorry. I don't want to steal your thunder. I just like to say the mantra.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yasyam Vasi Sayanasyam Yoga Nidram Gitavataha Rabhi Hridayam Bhujatasit Brahma Vishwa Shriyam Patihi. Translation. A part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel lake of his body sprouts a lotus stem, and from the lotus flower atop this stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers, engineers, engineers in the universe, becomes manifest. Let me again. A part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel lake of his body sprouts a lotus stem, and from the lotus flower atop this stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers in the universe, becomes manifest. Purport. Jai Shri Rupa. The first Purusha is the Karanodakshaya Vishnu. From his skin holes, innumerable universes have sprung up. In each and every universe, the Purusha enters as the Garbhodakasha Vishnu. He is lying within the half of the universe, which is full with water of his body. And from the navel of Garbhodakasha Vishnu has sprung the stem of the lotus flower, the birthplace of Brahma, who is the father of all living beings and the master of all demigod engineers engaged in the perfect design and working of the universe order. Within the stem of the lotus, there are 14 divisions of planetary systems, and the earthly planets are situated in the middle. Upwards, there are other, better planetary systems, and the topmost system is called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. Downwards, from the earthly planetary system, there are 7 lower planetary systems inhabited by the Asuras and similar other materialistic living beings. From Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, there is expansion of Kshirodakashi Vishnu, who is the collective Paramatma of all living beings. He is called Hari, and from him all incarnations within the universe are expanded. Therefore, the conclusion in the Purusha Avatara is manifested in 3 features. First, the Karanodakashi, who creates aggregate material ingredients in the Mahatattva. Second, the Garbhodakashi, who enters in each and every universe. And third, the Kshirodakashi Vishnu, who is the Paramatma of every material object, organic or inorganic. One who knows these plenary features of the personality of Godhead knows Godhead properly, and thus the knower becomes free from the material conditions of birth, death, old age, and disease, as it is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. In this shloka, the subject matter of Mahavishnu, is summarized. The Mahavishnu lies down in the some part of the spiritual sky by his own free will. Thus he lies on the ocean of Karana, from where he glances over his material nature. And the Mahatattva is the ounce created. Thus electrified by the power of the Lord, the material nature at ounce creates innumerable universes. Of course, a tree decorates itself with innumerable growing fruits. The seed of the tree is sown by the cultivator, and the tree or creeper in due course becomes manifested with so many fruits. Nothing can take place without a cause. The Karana ocean is therefore called the causal ocean. Karana means causal. We should not foolishly accept our atheistic theory of creation. The description of the atheist is given in the Bhagavad Gita. The atheist does not believe in the Creator, but he cannot give a good theory to explain the creation. Material nature has no power to create without the power of the Purusha, just as Prakriti, or woman, cannot produce a child without the connection of a Purusha, or man. The Purusha impregnates and the Prakriti delivers. We should not expect milk from the fleshy bags on the neck of a goat. although they look like priestly nipples. Similarly, we should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. We must believe in the power of the Purusha, who impregnates Prakriti or nature. Because the Lord wished to lie down in them in meditation, the material energy created innumerable universes at once. Each of them the Lord laid down, and thus all the planets and the different paraphernalia were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfect planning, although personally he has nothing to do. No one is greater than or equal to him. That is the verdict of the Vedas.
Wow, Hari Hari. Here, let's see the PowerPoint here. I have it. Sure. Yeah. So this is Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu. Yes, we have another picture for him. This is the same Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu. Yes, who creating universes. Like if we, okay, this is hard to understand or believe, but that's okay. You don't have to believe it. Just try to see, maybe logically it's possible that each of us, when we sweat, we drop water from our pores, yes? But so we manifest something from our pores. We cannot see that, what it is, and it's water, and we just let it go. But imagine the God, the super creator, I mean, the manifester of everything, all the stars on the moon, all the galaxies, whatever, can manifest from the pores universes. So it's the same as we produce water, he produces universes. And each universe, they are here, like a golden globes. Now, it says in each, this is the him in the universe, and from the universe, for the Garbhodana, this is, sorry, this is Karana Kasha Vishnu, yes? Karana. Karana means cause. So the cause of all causes, this is Karana. Karana is the one sleeping with the pores coming out of his, you know, and then from these pores, he enters each of these balloons, globes, or universes, and he enters and he is lying in the what is called the Garbhodakasha Vishnu, which is at the bottom of that universe. Every of those universe is full half, I mean, in the bottom of it is full with water. And in that water, he lies there, and from his navel, it has this lotus flower when Brahma is on the top. And he creates this universe. That's what the Brahma here in the universe we are right now has 4 heads. But because there are innumerable universes and many other things, Brahma has 10 heads, so 20 heads. That's what we know in the pastime of Krishna. So this is, again, the first one is Karana Dakasha Vishnu. And this one is Garbo Dakasha Vishnu. Same Kasha, that Kasha Vishnu is the same, it's just the first part. Garbo, because the Garbo is the ocean. And then here, we see what you were reading there. This is the Earth is in the middle here. And then we have the 7 planets above and the 7 planets below. And you see here the Garbhodakasha Vishnu, and then you see the planetary systems above. And then this is cover the layers of Saturn. We're going to read later, but this is interesting to see the picture here. He's Brahma, yes, this is the label, and then he creates within that, he creates all the system planetaries. Earth is covering the whole universe, like, you know, like an egg, you know, is covered by the shell. The shell here will be Earth first, and then water, and then air, and then fire, then air, then ether, then ego, and then El Mahatattva. So all of that is covered in each universe, which is very difficult to live. And then he enters, sorry, this is about the incarnations. I want to see if there is a picture of him entering. These are a lot in here, but I just want to see one picture. No, he's talking more about the incarnations. Okay, I look at and And then he enters every living entity, and he shows up as Siro Dakashai Vishnu, which is this Paramatma in every soul. So basically, the three manifestations are replicated, yes, first within the universe, and then within each living entity, not only humans, within every person, he enters again as a Paramatma. And so, and you see all the other planetary systems. And the scientist is trying to understand the universe. Haha.
Good luck. Not easy at all.
No, it's complex. And the
And
fact that we have it, some people say, well, this is mythology. This is just, you have to believe. Fine. But we have something written more than 5,000 years ago, which explains, we're reading now all the details about this. And this book, the Bhagavatam, is one of the books that was originally orally given and then was written. And when it was written by hand. And if you wanted to have a copy, somebody else needs to rewrite it by hand. So when a person copies one book for the next book, imagine we can make mistakes. And therefore, when the mistakes, sometimes the mistakes are entered by the mistakes sometimes are entering by careless mistakes. You don't notice you made a mistake because you are copying. And sometimes the mistake is made because you want to avoid something in there, yes? But whatever it is, when you handwrite and copy, the next copy may have something different than the first copy, even just, a grammar error or something. So most ancient books, they were first described by somebody who wrote them. If you look at the many versions that are there of the original handwritten, you see there is difference. One of such books, which is the most striking difference, is the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata has so many different versions of it. It's hard to understand what's going on with the Mahabharata because every copy almost has a different version of it. And some is because of religious practices, beliefs. They didn't believe that this happened or didn't want to know that this is terrible. I don't want to hear this, so I'm going to avoid it. So the Mahabharata. And many other scriptures, even the Vedas, many scriptures has many versions of it, which are like difficult to understand. But the Srimad Bhagavatam, even though it was the same process, all the versions agree.
The same.
They don't have a variety. So that's very unique, because why was the case that every other book has all the different versions of it and the Bhagavatam doesn't? And because everybody who wrote the Bhagavatam understood to be something very special, something transcendental, and therefore was especially cared to transcribe it exactly how it was given.
Yes, it is.
So the people who study Srimad Bhagavatam, scholars, academics, recognize that the Bhagavatam is very special because you have almost no difference. And if there is difference, it's tiny compared to any other books. And if there is a difference, that difference doesn't change the meaning of a sentence, doesn't change what it says. Maybe it's a little different, but it doesn't change. And it's not much of that, it's very little of it. And so the Bhagavatam passes the test of time with a precision and purity that nobody else has. Okay, so with all of that, now we hear about the universes. Yeah, and maybe mumbo jumbo, but why is written with so much precision, so much details? And we are not even started. We just started about the gross part, and now start the subtle elements and how the elements combine and how the one element combined with the other one, So you can reject it and say, oh, I don't want to hear about it, or you can embrace it and investigate. Now we have Daniela, who is a microbiologist, and she loves this, and she's embracing her understanding of the even internal part of the body. How do we understand the body if we know this stuff? Instead of rejecting it because it's mambo jambos, and maybe I can incorporate my study and I can learn deeply about it, the things I maybe don't understand otherwise. So anyway.
Also, Paramatma is also in every atom.
Sorry,
Oh.
and my phone keep ringing. So say it again.
The Paramatma is also in every atom.
Yes, and every living thing. If he's living, he's there.
It's like in the body also, no?
Yes,
Must be, no?
yes. This is the
Every atom.
this is the main Paramatma. The accompanies the main soul because we are full of living entities.
Mm.
The whole body is full of living entities. The all things living inside. So we are, you know, if we eat good food, we give every living entity in our body good energy.
Yeah.
And if we eat bad food, we give the living entities in our body bad energy, and then we get sick and whatever. And so we are responsible for the things we do to our body, not just for our real self, but also for all the dependent. We have a
All
lot
the
of
dependence that we have.
inside us. We have a lot of dependence inside us. All the cells, all this, you know, all the
The bacteria.
yes, yes, we're full. I mean, this is not a empty body, but it's the main body who has the strength to decide. I'm going to sleep and rest, so so the cells of the brain will develop well. You know, I will eat or drink enough water, which I don't drink sometimes, so that the body will function better. So we know scientifically what the body needs. And so if we listen to that, but also in the Bhagavad Gita says the yogi doesn't need too much, doesn't need too little. The yogi doesn't sleep too much, doesn't sleep too little, doesn't, recreate too much, doesn't recreate too little. So everything it does is with moderation so that the body will function the best possible way. Yeah. So it's not like being austere and not sleeping or not eating or something like that. So we can always understand that. But there is a main soul here, us. So if we can carry a universe within us, imagine God.
Yeah.
If we,
Incredible.
and we don't, I was reading the other day a news, I don't know, that the scientists discovered something that which the size of the tip of the hair 1,000 times. And they used the example of the tip of the hair 1,000 times, like in Bhagavad Gita says the soul is 10,000 times of the hair. So when I saw the scientists written that, it's like, okay, they're reading Bhagavad Gita, these people, because the example they found is like the tip of the, I have it somewhere, I can find it and send it to you. The tip of the hair, we just discovered this part, which is 1,000 times the tip of a hair. They can now see that, So I wonder if we can see the pores, the water that comes from our pores and what we discover within it. And there is a scientist, which I don't know if he's super good scientist or not, because, people always, when you have weird ideas, they reject you a lot. So they rejected him tremendously. So I don't know, but at least the part I heard makes sense to me. He said that he discovered that everything that we have inside the molecular, the small part, is the same on the universe. He says what is within is without. So everything is repeated models of the same thing at different scales. That's his theory. Wow. I kind of like it because a little bit, I think it goes in a line with what we're reading in here.
And there is, to add some, I saw that NASA also discovered and confirmed that the universe, the form of the universe, they are confirming that it's also like egg-like. No?
Oh, they did that?
Form.
I didn't know.
So it's like another confirmation for Vedas that they are right.
Yeah, the Bhagavatam, yes. So the Bhagavatam and the Vedas are not the same. So, the Bhagavatam was written after the Vedas.
Okay, yeah.
The Vedas was written first, and then Vyasadeva was a little frustrated, and then so Krishna came and said, hey, you need to write the Bhagavatam. So in the Bhagavatam is more the details, and especially in the 5th canto about the universe. And that's what the devotees are working on it right now in the 5th canto, to show the scientists with the words they can So very nice. Yeah. So if you have that article about the egg-like form, it's
I
really
will
nice.
try to find it, yeah, and to send
Yeah,
it.
very nice, very nice. So thank you for reading. We're going, this whole chapter now is going to talk about the incarnations and so on and so forth, but at least we have an idea. Doesn't these pictures help?
With that?
These pictures help, no?
Yeah, of course, very much. It's incredible work also.
Isn't it? Isn't it amazing?
So it's like thesis
Yes,
of
yes.
all Srimad Bhagavatam from scratch.
Yes, I
Incredible.
love it. I want to print the whole thing. I have it next to me, you know, so I can see a picture. But anyway, I haven't done it, but I would love to. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Let's offer a respectful obeisance to all devotee Vaishnavas of the Lord. They are like a desire tree, able to fulfill everyone's desire and are full of compassion for the conditioned soul. Jaya Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhuvya Vacha Patitanam Pavanaya Vaishnavyo Namo. Haribolito, thank you for being here and thank you for reading. And tomorrow we should continue. Varish is working again a lot of hours, she told me this time today. So she comes when she will come next class. But at the meantime, you can read. Otherwise, she likes to read also.
Yeah, sure.
Have a wonderful
Have a good